mostly the labor union and the trade union, they should come together, sit with His Excellency Peter Obi, and see how they can work things together. I believe that a structure can be built out from there, because humans are structure, not buildings, when it comes to political ventures. So that's it from my own end.
I hope I can come in at this stage.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Olupesun. Your points are very well noted. All right, Mr. Oluwafemi, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm the National Public Secretary of Labour Party.
Okay, you there here. We are asking all these questions. Thank you very much, sir, for joining. Yes. So let us put you on the hot seat now. Let's be asking you the question. Don't worry, sir. We should put you on the hot seat now.
Okay.
Okay, but first make a comment, and then we will now start asking our questions. We need someone to clarify a lot of issues for us. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, from your first question, you talk about our mission statement and our plan, to absorb other party so that we can raise from the hands of the present that have collapsed our economy into the present state. And we have, that program is very much on course with other political parties. But you see, we have taken a bold step to look at a man that doesn't have, any baggage of political issues, economy, malgovernance, malfeasance, executive rascality. Even when he was the governor, he performed credibly well. So that was why, we settled for the issue of His Excellency, the former governor of Anambra State. Another point about him, why we choose to go to Southeast, is that we want a president who will be president of Nigeria, not an Igbo president. We didn't go for Igbo president, but we want a president that will be a president of Nigeria. Because you can see, presently, we have the PDP who are trying to return power back to the north, even when someone from the northwest, it's at the end of the affair, they still have the audacity to insult our sensibility, to toy with our emotion, to go to Northeast, to go and pick their presidential candidate. But Nigerians are watching. So that is by the wayside. Now, about our ability to manage the influx of people, I want to tell you that because our presidential candidate is a nightmare now, it's a nightmare as far as Nigerian political terrain is concerned. There is fear over the PDP, there is fear in APC, and that was actually established by their nocturnal meeting that they succeeded in getting INEC to cause an extension. That is not only illegal, but very, very vexatious. Because parties have made them, but when they saw that Mr. Peter Obi emerges, somewhere along the line, through the blue sky, INEC just came out to say, oh, we have given extension so that APC will be able to meet up with the screening, which is very sacrosanct in the Electoral Act and their convention. And it is none of Nigerian business for anybody to wait for them. But, they are giving them that chance, no problem. But we are ahead of them now. Whether I like it or not, we have a candidate that is the candidate of Nigeria who will unite Nigeria. Because as far as we are concerned, Labour Party, the present administration, they have divided us. Along ethnic line, along the religious line, they have divided us. And we need somebody who will unite Nigeria as one person. Then lastly, about our candidate, it is wrong for any section of Nigeria to monopolize administration. It is wrong for any section of Nigeria to think they are the best. It is wrong. So every Nigerian must be able to govern this country. So for anybody to sit down in the forward of the office and to assume that we are all a bunch of idiots in Nigeria, there where we will sit and accept anything that goes in their own party, that is not acceptable to Nigeria. And we are going to tell Nigerians now that they should look at the problem we have in Nigeria. The cause is evident in PDP now by zoning their president again to the north. So that means they have certain things they are trying to protect. And if all of us are members of this country, if all of us are citizens of this country, then it must be on social justice and equal opportunity for all of us. And that is what our president candidate, that was what it stood for. And that is our belief, his character, his competency, his track record will definitely endear Nigeria to Peter Obi. There was a man that in Nigeria, they asked him to bring his 3-year tax clearance. He went with 20-year tax clearance. I would challenge any of those presidential aspirants in PDP PC. If they can do such a thing, we challenge them, they should come, to the force, to come and tell Nigerians that, oh, this is what I've been doing. He has a track record that Nigeria can build upon, and Nigeria believe in him that he can unify us. Because I'm telling you, there is imbalance economically, politically. A lot of infraction have been committed against the fiscal act, where you see a government that will come up with a budget, and they will not be telling Nigerians, because they thought we are moron, that, oh, we have a budget deficit and they are going to borrow money to pay debt. This is a government that will go and borrow money, instead of them, according to fiscal responsibility, for them to use that loan to build infrastructure that will even generate money. You see them using loan for the current expenditure. That's the kind of administration that we want to change. So President Mr. Peter Obi is out to rescue, to renew, and to retrieve back our country from the hand of economic strangulators, kidnappers that is currently, holding our economy in the jugular.
Thank you very much, sir. Your comments have been very, very motivating and uplifting.
I didn't get to see that. Okay, so sir, thank you very much for stepping in. And we'll take some more questions. And the next question will be that over the years, Nigerians have watched politicians switch parties. Today we are in PDP and next year we are in APC.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go on, lady.
Okay. So we've watched politicians, Nigerians generally have watched politicians switch between parties, the big parties in Nigeria. We've also hoped that another party would emerge that will totally be different. Now, the question is the Labour Party that new party? And how is the Labour Party different from the other parties that we have always known?
Well, our constitution and manifesto is based on social justice and equal opportunity for Nigerians. And we have a lot of Nigerians that we are sponsoring this party. But because our constitution, our manifesto they consider it antithetical to their own belief, you will see that they will jump ship. We have the lack of even the president, deputy senate president got elected. Obi Omagegi got elected on the platform of Labour Party, he defected because our ideology does not suit their own. Our ideology is about pro-poor, the pro-people. We are with the NLC, we are with the TUC. It's about our concern for Nigerians, but their own is about their own preference. And it's evidence in the form they sold for 100 million. And their national chairman came on air to insult Nigeria that once you are not able to pay 100 million, you have no business to govern Nigeria.
Are you there?
Was a man that is standing trial for corruption in here, the ideological difference that they cannot, conform themselves to in Labour Party. We have government people. He also said he was in Labour Party from PDP 3 months to election. He came to Labour Party, gave him, the honor, and he became the governor. But along the line, the normal style, I repeat, the Labour Party, governor, and not the party. If the president today in the capital B, he's not the leader of the party. He's the leader of the government, while the party will be adapted in our constitution. So a lot of people are not ready to conform themselves, to this ideology. And that's why you see them not patient. We have a lot of them in Banks of Rent. One part, a Samson from Benue, the man just decided to cross the APC. You saw Abegunde, he just decided to cross before court now began to remove them from their seat, to declare their seat vacant, which is a good omen, because when a political party rejected you and you find your way to another one, only for you now to run back to that party. I consider such a party there for me. Once you have left a party and somebody else gave you the lifeline, what business do you have? But let me tell you why they are crossing the national cake. Our House of Rep in Benue State, Samson, told us that he want to go and join the mainstream. But that was the mainstream that rejected him in 2019 general election. He said he want to go and join the mainstream because when they share money, they don't give it. Is it there to share money or to be responsible to the constituency that sent to the National Assembly? So that is the kind of problem that we have. And we stood by our constitution. We stand by our manifesto. Those who want to govern must conform themselves. And that is the kind of thing we saw in Mr. Peter B, because he read through our manifesto, he read through the constitution, and he said, oh, on this platform, I am okay with this, because it's not corrupt. It's a governor that EFCC had never written one letter to after he had left office. And all of you knew what had been going on in Anambra. A governor was kidnapped, he was in Anambra. Senators are going to court up and down. Former governors, have been going to court. The one that John left in Anambra said, well, arrested on the day he handed over. It's only Obi that stood out. That's why I said he has no baggage of corruption, on his neck. So once a man are proving himself like that, what are we looking for again? It shows that we are not parallel line like others that can come together and rescue our country from this clueless administration of APC and ditto the PDP that run our country for 16 years.
Thank you very much for that one. Now we'll go over to the next question, which is, with the entrance of Peter Obi and Pat Utomi into the Labour Party, do you see the Labour Party give the two major parties, PDP and APC, a major run for the money?
Let me sound. Let me just sound very modest here. The entrance of Mr. Peter Obi and Dr. Pat Utomi, Professor Pat Utomi, made our website to crash, because the people that want to join, they are just too much. The inflow is too much, for the processing to register them, and that's why, we have a crash. Number two, as I speak to you, I am from Ogun State. The senatorial primary that is coming, in Ogun State alone, I have nothing less than 14, both Nigerian and diaspora, that said they are coming on by this week so that they can partake, in the primary. It will be.
Are you there? Hello.
We are with you. We are with you.
Okay.
I think our guest is having network issues.
We lost that. Network would have given some issues and then it dropped. Let's hope that he'll come back. Okay, while he's coming, that was Mr. Abayomi Oluwafemi. He's the National Publicity Secretary of the Labour Party. He's been doing justice to some questions that we've thrown at him, even though that he wasn't our guest, but he's doing awesomely well. And I really want to appreciate every one of you for being here. Now, I'll take this time to also encourage you to visit our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and also subscribe to our YouTube channels as we come up with updates on our YouTube channel. That way, you get some more information.
All right, while we wait for our guests to come in, you have heard some of the things our guests have said in place of our original guest. Do we have any? What is your response so far with some of his response to the questions? Any contributor at this point?
Yes, Dan, can I say something?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yes, when he comes back, I like to be posed that he says the Labour Party is pro-poor and all that stuff. And he was condemning the very high fees charged by PDP and APC. It would be proper to ask him that the minimum wage in Nigeria, but which some states are not even able to pay. Is Labour requesting for 1 million for House of Assembly, 3 million for Senate and House of Reps? Is that not also extortionist? They are pro-poor to make it more realistic. Because even at 1 million for House of Assembly or even House of Reps, many willing and able candidates schemed out. Labour should have shown a stark difference by not going that route. Let those who they should have a screening committee that should do a very good job, quite low, not more than the annual minimum wage. And then by the time the person pays and you screen out the bad eggs and let whoever that is good scale through. That's how it should have been. All this million, you cannot be pointing accusing fingers at PP, also charging millions. I think if we ask him that question, he can back to the Labour leadership and so that they can clarify and then back to Nigerians.
Right, thank you very much. We will take note of the questions. Let's hope he will rejoin when his network is back. Any other person with any comment with what he has said or questions we should ask him?
Yes, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I think we are listening to him. You know, sometimes politicians, they tend to give us hope at all times, even when we know some of the things they are saying are sometimes not very realistic. I think they are just facing the euphoria of the moment, the excitement. I think we should focus on asking him or gingering them to do the right thing by making sure they take the bulls by the horn, especially registration of people, getting people across the board, like one of our brothers mentioned here, reducing the cost of registration so that people will participate. And one thing again, what are we doing? Are we just here to interview the Labour Party and see what they are doing or how far they are going? What about our own input? What efforts are we making to get everybody on board to help the Labour Party in doing the right thing so as to make sure that P2B gets this ticket? I mean, wins the presidency. I think that should be our major focus, to make sure that we in diaspora, for example, I'm speaking from US with the P2B ambassadors. So I think the coalition is very nice, but what efforts are we in diaspora, apart from people in Nigeria, making to make sure that this dream is realized? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our guest is back. I saw him come in. Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, it's good to have you back. So while you were away, some questions did come up for you. And one of the questions is the Labour Party asking for 1 million naira for House of Assembly or Representative, that's House of Assembly or House of Representatives. It's not too much for the party, considering that the APC had said the form for nomination form is 100 million naira, and Labour is saying that is too much. A suggestion was, wouldn't it be okay and good if the annual minimum wage of a civil servant was considered? So will you throw more light on that, please?
Well, if I get the question right, you are drawing comparison between the 100 million for presidential form of APC and vis-a-vis, the income, of the ordinary civil servant.
Can you please, sorry, sir, before you go on, can you clarify what is the cost of Labour Party's nomination forms for House of Assembly, Federal House of Reps, Senate, Governor, and President. Can you please clarify that for everyone?
Okay, for Labour Party, we have 500,000 for House of Assembly. Are you getting me?
Yes, we are.
Yes, 500,000 for House of Assembly, 2 million for Rep, 3.5 for Senate. The President is 30 million for President. Now, when you are 40 and below, and you are even not a member of our party, you will not pay waiver, and you will pay 50%, of that sum. For women, it is free all over. Both the expression of interest, the waiver, and the nomination is free for women. So I hope I've answered that question.
Yeah. Is there any discount for youth? For youth, any discount for youth?
Yeah, that is, the discount is 50%.
All right.
50%.
I actually am sorry, I'm surprised because when I asked this question on Saturday or Sunday with one of them, well, let me just leave it at that. But our information, the figures we were given was very different. So you are saying it is 500,000 naira for House of Assembly, sir?
Yes.
What about governors?
Yeah, governor is 12.5.
3.5. And
12.5.
House of Reps is 3 million, you said?
Yeah, 3 million.
And the Senate is 3.5 million.
3.5 million. The House of Reps is 2.5 million.
Okay.
The prices have been reviewed. You understand?
When was it reviewed, so that I be sure? When was it reviewed?
Before the commencement of the primaries, when a lot of people were showing interest, and one has to consider the plight of ordinary Nigerians vis-a-vis their earning power that have been decimated, by our collapsed economy.
Okay.
But the major ball point is the youth among us, you pay 50%, without waiver, while women, is free.
I hope our guests are listening. I can see Captain Casimir Nwafo retired here. Captain, I'm sure you asked that question. Are you happy with the fees that is now being clarified by Mr. Oluwafemi here? Captain. All right. Are we all happy with these? Do we still want the Labour Party to reconsider and bring it lower, or is this okay? You can say your mind. He's here now. He will take whatever we say here to the national leadership. Prince Waloro.
I'll put them to reduce the price for the House of Reps.
Yeah, I can't hear you very well.
I'll plead that the fee for the House of Reps can be reduced. It's too close to the Senate.
Yeah, just bring your suggestion. I will reply.
I'll suggest if it can be reduced to 1.5.
Okay.
At least it will help us to be able to.
For the House of Reps.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And for the Senate.
And my own suggestion, sir, is that the minimum wage, annual minimum, 30,000 per month for 12 months, is 360,000 naira.
Can imagine.
For annual minimum wage. Yes. So if Labour wants to actually make a difference, if you want to make, because you may end up overwhelmed by money bags, who pay these monies and then override the system, and issue of delegates will also come in again. My idea is this: have a very low, around the million naira. It should not be a million for any. Have a low committee that will ensure that you weed out who needs to be weeded, and so that the system be seen to be different. Whether you make it 500,000 or a million, it's not different. It's in the same range as that of the APC and PDP. Because the next thing will be PDP did start by 100 million today. In the past, it's first started the elections. So it's the same 1 million, 2 million. Then they keep on rising till now 100 million. So people should give that impression that is headed in this direction.
All right.
It should not at all.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Barrister, thank you. Let's take the further question before Mr. Oluwafemi, I sent you a private message, please, asking for your number so that we can have it, because so that the journalists here will always have access to you.
Okay, 080.
Okay,
The
please,
number is
journalists
080.
here. Okay, sorry, sir. What's your number?
080.
Yes.
2115.
Yes.
2115, 6697. 2115, 6697.
Please, can you come again?
080.
080.
Yeah. 2115.
2115.
66
66
97.
97. Please, the name.
Yeah. Comrade Abayomi Arabambi. Comrade
Hello, Mr. Bayomi. There is something I want to say, please.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look at the PDP as a political party, the money that they are selling their forms for the money they sold their forms for assembly was 600,000 naira, and their Senate form was 3 million naira, and the House of Reps was about 1.2 million and 1.5 million. So I think that Labour Party, as a political party that is pro masses, should even reduce their House of Assembly form to even 200,000 naira or even 150,000 naira to be able to encourage Nigerians to come into the party, even with the entrance of Peter Obi to the party. So Labour Party should be seen as a pro masses party, which it prides itself to be. So the money for the forms should even be the cheapest in all of the political parties, because our interest right now is for Peter Obi to emerge as the next Nigerian president. So we need everybody, all hands to be on deck. So as much candidates as possible, or as much aspirants as possible, that we can get into the party to be able to move the party forward, so that we can have a widespread of the political party across the state, the 36 states in Nigeria. I think it should be welcome. So as the publicity secretary of the party, I think that you also have a role to play as a member of the National Working Committee of the party, to be able to tell the party that this is what Nigerians are saying, and the price of those forms should be lowered for everyone or most persons or people who are interested in it to come forward, so that they can help to grow the party. That's my contribution, please.
Thank you very much.
There's something I don't want to forget about the nomination form.
Please, I have a question.
Please, let's allow Comrade Abayomi to respond to some of these.
There's something I want to, tell you, our listeners and lovers of democracy, about that nomination form. You see, from the Trade Union Congress, from the Nigeria Labour Congress, and from the civil society, they don't pay a dime to a nomination form. I'm very clear. From the civil society, they are now full affiliate of Labour Party. They don't pay a dime to obtain their form. You can confirm from Comrade Quadri Olaleye, that is National President of TUC, confirm from Comrade Ayuba Abba. They will tell you what I'm saying is sacrosanct. The people we normally charge are those normal politicians that will know. You understand? Most of the pedestrian politicians, when they come, we don't just normally want them to feel our party is just for that take. So we collect that money from them. But as a youth and women, that's what we use. That is, what we used to do to them. But for the Trade Union Congress, we have a lot of them in Ogun State and all over Nigeria. Once you are seconded from their end, your form will be given to you free of charge. So, I need to make that clarification.
So please, are you saying that I as a registered member of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, which is a trade union, are you saying that if I want to buy for any position in Labour Party, I'll be getting the form for free?
Yes, you don't come through your TUC, because they must recommend you. You understand? Because you are a member, you are affiliate. You understand me? They are the one that will send your name So that Nigerians with their mistaken identity, somebody can have 3, 4 international passports. That is Nigeria. So we normally take their nomination from the PUC, from the NLC, and from the these CLOs, because those are people that was what brought Professor Patutomi into the party. That's what Professor Patutomi. He came to run. Mr. Peter Obi paid for nomination, but he did not pay for nomination. That's the difference. Mr. Peter Obi paid for nomination, but he did not pay for nomination.
Okay.
So you can see a difference, but later, he withdrew, for His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi during the convention yesterday.
All right. Thank you very much. We still have some more questions. Now,
Can I ask a question?
Labour Party's website did go down a few hours after Peter Obi joined the party. Now, what are the plans? Should Nigerians say that the Labour Party is competent and strong, ready to take the hit that would come? Because some bigger political parties might want to come in, they might want to play around you people, the Labour Party. What's the strength of the Labour Party to handle the weight, the hit that would come after it?
We are prepared because our flag bearer is a man that is known all over Nigeria. And for the website, we are working on it, to increase the bandwidth. And within a couple of days now, it will be okay, even take multiple registration, probably even 200,000 to 500,000 per day, 200,000 to 500,000 per day. Our website will be able to, accommodate. So we are working on that. It's not that it is expected, but it has shown the kind of person, the kind of pedigree that Peter Obi, comes to Labour Party with.
All right, so that our time is Angel, please. Let's allow.
Can I ask a question?
PJTV News, can you please allow Azoka and Emeka to ask questions and they can come back again? So you have asked them, if you don't mind, please. Let's allow Azoka, Onwama, Emeka, Onoha, Prince Walurum to ask their question and they can come back. Azoka, please.
Thank you very much, sir. We've had you, the National Publicity Secretary. Thank you. My question is this. We've heard that political parties in Nigeria are merging, possibly with Labour Party. How considerate are you people in trying to work things out in getting a viable vice presidential candidate that will be a very strong backbone to Peter Obi in making sure that every part of Nigeria is well represented and that we are getting the votes?
But thank you very much. As we speak, His Excellency, is making wide consultations. And I can assure you, in fact, the request of Nigerians, distinguished Nigerians from the North that want to be the vice presidential candidate to Mr. Peter Obi is somehow very overwhelming. We don't even, in fact, we least express it. But the moment, he emerges yesterday, I want to tell you that in Nigeria alone, 2 former presidents made a call to him, and 4 foreign serving presidents made a call to him that yes, truly, this is the new Nigeria. This man will be able to rescue Nigeria. And as I speak, we have over 15 distinguished Northerners, 15 distinguished Northerners that are asking him that we want to be your vice president. 15 from the North. Atiku is still looking for who is going to be his vice. But our president candidate already has over 15 applications. And all of you will be shocked by the time they zero down on one person. So he's just taking his time to make sure everybody is accommodated, because for now, at least we have been able now to bridge the gap of disunity that was planted by the present administration. And that is the symbol of the nightmare called Mr. Peter Obi. We have 15 vice presidential aspirants now that want to become candidates, but we'll weather the storm. we'll weather the storm. Within a week, we'll weather the storm and get a certain person that will run the joint ticket with him, and Nigeria will have a new hope that lives to rescue our country back to the owner. The owner are you and me, and not those in the corridor of power as a civil servant who will have amassed over 80 billion, to himself. We want to change our Nigeria from, people who, even when they do something wrong, they will tell us that, oh, we can go ahead, and do it, and nothing is going to happen. We are going to change Nigeria from certain individual. Even while they are minister, they were additional cars, and they said they can even buy aeroplane, to their supporters. Nigerians are watching. Nigerians are not fools. We are not a bunch of idiots. We will vote them out. I don't want Nigerians to come together, because somebody has a question. Yeah, I want to respond to it. That what is expected? What is expected of every Nigerian is that we must exercise our franchise. We must collect our voters' card. We must support a president of Nigeria and not a president of any section of Nigeria, as we have seen. We must support, that person who wants to promote unity, who wants to unite Nigeria. And that person is Mr. Peter Obi. But how do we do it? All of us must come out to vote. We must stand by our votes, let it be counted, and let the result be announced. No policeman should ask anybody to leave. It is there in the Electoral Act. Once you vote, just step aside for another person, and when they are counting, you are free to record, the counting, so that between the collation, between the voting center and collation center, people will not go and add 3 figures, 3 zeros into their vote. Because this is how, we have people that will some people inside the vehicle will write the result for them, and when they go to National Assembly, they'll be sleeping, they'll be snoring without even moving any motion for 4 years, and they come back with a bag of load of dollars, to throw to people, just like the one they did. The delegate that everybody now said they want to go and land BSc in delegate, so that for the next election in 2027, they can hand $20,000, $30,000.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Emeka Onoha, please unmute yourself and ask your question and make your contributions.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for convening this Zoom meeting, and the clarity the comrade, the publicity secretary, is bringing to a lot of us who have several questions to ask. And I am sorry, I don't know if this question has been asked before, but because I joined about 15, 20 minutes ago. A couple of days ago, a one-time spokesman to the immediate past president on Arise TV said that the philosophy of the Labour Party, it's not in sync with that of their presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi. How is the Labour Party planning to, to realign their philosophy?
I didn't get that question right. Hello?
Yes,
are you there?
I am here. I'm here.
Please ask your question again.
Okay, I said a few days ago on Arise TV, a one-time spokesperson of President Goodluck Jonathan said that he doesn't understand how Peter Obi's economic philosophy and that of the Labour Party is going to align, because the Labour Party is not pro-privatization, is not pro-free market, but Peter Obi's philosophy is pro-privatization, pro-free market. Now, my question is, how is the Labour Party going to realign their philosophy to merge with that of their presidential candidate, so that both the party and their candidate don't work in opposite directions? That's my question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Where the person, whom you are quoting, where it's coming from is not where we are coming from. And what he is trying to, the picture he's trying to paint is not, our own imagination, whether in our constitution or manifesto. Why NSC and TUC do normally go against federal government privatization is because when you have workers who have been whole backlog of salaries, pension, and gratuity, suddenly you wake up, like they did in NEPA. You wake up that, oh, you want to sell this government agency to some foreigners, and they will pay money, $10 billion, $15 billion into the coffers of government. And some people will sit down to share this money. It happened to Nigerian Railway Corporation. It happened to Nigeria Airways. They said they want to privatize. What were they able to do up to today? So that is the reason. So we are not, in contrast with the principle of privatization, but because of the manner, the ways our government maltreated our senior citizens, who because of 40,000 pension, you see a lot of them losing their life along Abuja Abaji road. That is the reason. But when we have a government that is considerate, when we have a government that is pro-woman and not the present crop of economic kidnappers, there is no way we will not be able to work together. I told you before, probably you not joined. Mr. Peter Obi read our manifesto. Mr. Peter Obi read our constitution, and the thing, fit into his a dream. Port Authority, how many people they are going there? The Railway Corporation, a lot of people have died. In fact, it was this administration that said they want to borrow money from the pension. They will go and borrow money from people's pension, and you will not pay them. Contributing pension, even from workers, you will take their salary, you will take for pension. When they retire, you will not give them.
I'm waiting for you. Please mute yourself if you're not speaking, please.
Okay.
Huh?
Can I continue?
Yes, please continue. Prince, please. Oron, please mute. Okay, go ahead, please.
So Mr. Peter Obi line of policy is not antithetical to our own belief. But the present administration, that is why his motto is that they want to rescue Nigeria and return it back to the owner. Who are the owners? All of us. We must have respect, in our nation. But today, politics has now been grown only for the rich. And the only participation that APC and PDP is telling us before we can govern our country is fat force. And that is what we are against in Nigeria. And so the essence of going for Mr. Peter Obi was because of his track record in Anambra, that nobody has been able to fault. I cite an example of how many governors in Anambra have not visited, has not been invited by EFCC. It's only Mr. Peter Obi. That nobody dare write any petition again that, oh, you committed this infraction while you are in office, you committed this rascality while you are in office, you committed this police somersault while you are in office. No, it was only him. And that is why it's a nightmare to them now. We know the kind of call we've been getting, all over Nigeria. Everybody, the new song in Nigeria, as I speak to you, is, Mr. Peter Obi. In Ogun State alone, I have people that have even told us, that told me we should get them over 10,000 membership cards, and we are going to give them. It was because they believe in that man. They have not asked any political party before. Some of them are docile. They don't do anything during the election. They don't go out to vote. They don't believe in policy of government because they know at the end of the day, it is all lies upon lies in Nigeria. When pensions are not paid, government will come and tell us that, oh, we are paid pension.
Thank you so much. Okay, we'll take the next question from Mr. Franklin. Mr. Franklin, if you can hear me, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
All right, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I really appreciate this gathering, and I want to thank Mr. Bayomi Oluwafemi for spending your time to brief us on what's going on in your party. But I want to ask, we'll need a view breakdown of the party's chairman in all the states and the address which your party, their offices in each of the states, so that we can able to locate there and maybe get a membership card and all that. And also if there are local government party representative, like local government chairman of Labour Party, down to the ward level. These are the structures we are talking about, other than PDP and APC has. These are what they call structures. If you have a party member down to the ward level, you build the structure. So I want to ask if Labour Party has gotten such kind of structure, having representative from the state, from each state down to the local government and the ward level and all that. That's one question I want to ask. I want that full comprehensive state chairman and the address of each of the party in each state. Secondly, is the issue of your Twitter account, your social media handle. There are so many Labour Party accounts. We don't know the one that is the authentic one. So I want you to be able to tell us which of the Twitter account is the authentic one and other social media handle. That's the question I want to ask. And okay, another one is the issue of faction. There's the news we got some 2 days ago. I saw about Labour Party having factions. So I want to hear from you if it is really genuine or if that thing exists in Labour Party, if there's faction in Labour Party.
No. We don't have faction in Labour Party. That is the work of the few communists, in our political system. We know where they came from. So we treat them inconsequential, and that's why we didn't even join issues with them. We know that they are not members of our party. They tried, to think that can dissuade the incoming president of Nigeria, Mr. Peter Obi, from joining Labour Party. So they came with some, frivolous write-up, that we don't discuss now. Normally, when we have anything that worth responding to, trust. I'm the National Public Secretary. I will have taken instruction from the National Chairman, and they will have directed me to issue appropriate response. But they are consequential. They are most of these pedestrian politicians and misfits, in Nigerian society, who are just jumping from one party to the other. When they know that you are, probably when they know that, you want to get it right, you see them jumping from one party to say, they are your member. And that's why, we didn't divide issues, with them. And secondly, about our
Twitter handle.
About our stature, the Twitter handle. Once we drop now, when you go to for registration, just if you Google Labour Online Portal, our website is there for registration. So they are only trying to increase the bandwidth now, and that is what the party chooses for people to register now. If you for the Twitter, that just crashed. Yeah, that was our Twitter account. But they are just trying to fix some things there. But for people that want to register, even once we drop, if you log on to Labour Party SoCIMEC, it will bring out our portal. You see, our website there for you to do your registration. Now, regarding the addresses, I don't know. I think somebody said he sent me a private message. I will paste the name and telephone number of all our 36 state chairmen. So whichever one you now want to make classification from, you now call. They are all on WhatsApp. So I will send that number. I will paste it. I don't know whether I know somebody was telling me he sent me a private chat.
Yes.
Because the number I gave you is my WhatsApp number. So I will paste it. Once I see anyone, I will paste the number, telephone number, and name of all the 36 chairmen. So at least for you to just link up with them. I will pay immediately. We are done now. Under 5 seconds, I will paste it there.
Okay. What about the Twitter handle? He asks which of the Twitter accounts is the correct one, because there are multiple Labour Party Twitter handles.
Yeah, that's the one we are trying to streamline. Now I said just give us a few days. It will be sorted out.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's take the next question from Olga Adiowo. Olga, if you're here, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Thank you. Good evening, moderator. Good evening, Honorable National PR.
Yeah, good evening, my brother.
Well done, sir. So thank you for this opportunity.
Brief.
I got the information about this interview quite late. Well, as soon as I saw it, I clicked to see if it was still on, and I was very excited to see it's still on. So I don't know if you've addressed this issue before, but if you've addressed it, just put a retouch again to it. Now, is Labour Party ready and prepared to deliver His Excellency Peter Obi? What do I mean by that? Is the structure on ground? Lucky enough, we have 9 months, roughly 9 months to the 2023 general election. Is there structure on ground in every local government, or is there a plan to create a structure? Yeah, I heard you talking about registration, but beside registration, is there a plan on ground to create system in place? And then let this not be the only, beside your answering the question, let this not be the only opportunity. I think we would want a situation where you would have to regularly communicate. If communication helps relationship to grow, for people to have trust in Labour Party, a lot of people had trust in His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, but the fear in the party is, will the party be able to deliver the will of the people, the wish of the people, or do they choose an alternative from the available devils? So what opportunities are you going to make for people to continually communicate with you? There are Twitter spaces, interviews. I think if we can communicate weekly to align updates, and let's mobilize from the grassroots. If people see the mobilization, there are a lot of us who are ready to work. I've seen a lot of agile people who are willing to use their money to work at the grassroots, but they want a structure. We can't be working haphazardly. We need a structure. Is there any structure in place, or is there going to be a plan to make a structure? How long is the structure going to take to come up, and how will you communicate it to the masses so that it doesn't just look like a dream that will be aborted before time? Thank you, sir.
Let's let Comrade respond to the question.
Well, thank you very much. Though you came late, I will have to repeat myself. We have structures, and that's why I said I'm going to post the telephone number of all our taxi state chairmen. They are just asking me now. So it's not something that I will now be writing. I say immediately we are done, under 5 seconds, I will paste it. WhatsApp of the gentleman that said they are sending me a private message. I will paste it there for all of you, to see, so that you can now relate with them. We have structure at local government, we have structure, at the world. But you see, the coming in of Mr. Peter Obi will now even, increase us further. Everyone that wants to join the Labour Party are welcome. Everyone that wants to join the Labour Party. We are not like the other people that will not welcome those, who want to make sure they are part of the new Nigeria. They are part of the new rescue effort to rescue our country, from the present administrators and the past administrators. So for those that want to join, you are very much free. Once our Twitter account, will soon be sorted out. Now, it's because with the influence of the incoming president, there is a surge now, that everybody wants to join. And we are elated. We are happy that so Nigerians can do this. And they are doing that because of one man whom they have an implicit confidence that they can turn the economy of Nigeria around. But if they don't have that implicit confidence, they will not, our Twitter will not crash. But because everybody, wanted to be part, and all of you are welcome on board. And to your question about how do we intend to make sure you won election, it is you and I that must remove this toga of docility in us. We must be part of the election. We must be part of those that will vote. We must encourage Nigerians that with our vote, we can make that change. But when people choose, it doesn't concern me attitude. At the end of the day, we'll just put one clueless individual who will not be giving instruction, to the learned. So all of us, it's about all of us now. Everyone that wants to come on board of Labour Party, like I said, if you Google our party on the INEC portal, our website is there for you, where you just see out of all the things they outlined, there we play the say join. Once you click that, you don't ask for your name, your constituency, your state, your local government, and click submit. You are a member.
All right. Please let me interject here. We will allow our guests, impromptu guests, to rest. Let's simply take the remaining 4 questions at a time, so that you just respond to all of them, and then we conclude the interview. Please. Let's not overwhelm him with too much questions.
Yeah, thank you, because I just came from Masaba.
Exactly. Yeah. So let's simply take the last 4 comments, please, and then we will round up. Kingsley, Maze, Prince Will, and PJ Timmins, quickly. 1 minute, please, if you don't mind.
Kingsley, please unmute yourself. Okay, if Kingsley is not here, Mazi, please take the floor.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Good evening. It wasn't really a question that I wanted to ask. It's just a suggestion that I want to put across to the gentleman there. Labour Party can be excused, for a time for not, living up to what people expected when Peter Obi joined, because they didn't expect the kind of rush and the kind of excitement that come into the party at the time. But that is only for a time. But you guys as a party has to now buckle up and, and try to organize this enthusiasm, because it only can last for a while. It's not going to be there forever. In politics, they say that 24 hours is a long time. So Labour Party has to be a bit more organized, a bit more, serious, a bit more focused in terms of how they, organize this enthusiasm, because it will help the party in the long run. Little things like little glitches like, okay, when somebody register, not getting a confirmation back because I registered without knowing whether if I registered or not. I just put my details there and then I was told I registered, but I didn't get a confirmation that I'm a member of Labour Party. So those sort of things that, keep people unsure what is going on is something that the party has to really look into to make sure that people has that sense of belonging, that people are working towards the same goal, so to say. So if you don't have the kind of resources that is needed to do what is needed to be done, you can ask for help. Don't think, okay, because we are having all these things that we can do it all. I don't think the party as is, presently set up can do everything, can cope with the massive interest in the party at the moment. So it's important that you ask for help, ask for volunteers, that people that is joining the party, if they have certain skill, ask them to help, move the party forward to where you want it to be, to where the party, even beyond P2B will be, advantageous to the party. That's my own advice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Prince Will Oram. Prince Will, are you here? PJ TV News, please take the floor. PJ TV.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, I want to thank Honorable Abayomi for being with us tonight. But mine is just a piece of advice. We've been trying to contact some of the chairmen that has been involved in Labour Party for quite a while, and some coming in. Some of their phone numbers do not have access to like ordinary WhatsApp, so you can't even reach them. And these are issues that he needs to address, because ordinary Nigerians, who want to reach them based on those WhatsApp, And I think that's what I'll leave that for now. That's the only thing I'm going to talk about for tonight.
Thank you very much.
Can I talk now?
PJ TV News.
Okay, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Very good evening to you. Welcome.
My name is Krog J. I decided to join this meeting from Port Harcourt here. And I was speaking with one of my classmates in the North some time back, about 3 days ago. And I was told that Labour Party is not actually known in the North, and possibly maybe they don't have an office or they don't have officials there. They don't have staff. I don't really know. And I would like the publicity secretary of the Labour Party to actually tell us and also know if there are plans on how to also make sure that the political party is well known in the North, because we are sure that we will also be getting bulk of their votes for the forthcoming general elections, and the North shouldn't be left out with this lapses. Thank you very much.
But Rapuchuku Ufochiku, Rapuchuku, you have the floor, please, in 1 minute.
Yes. Good evening. Thank you for letting me in. Please, I want to ask the National Working Committee of Labour Party if they can use the party platform to request INEC to extend the online voters registration deadline, which expired this night, because you can see that the INEC office is not coping with the influx of people that are going to register now, and most of them are P2B's voters. Labour parties would be voters. So if they can use the party platform to appeal to INEC to extend the online registration deadline at least for 1 month, because there is a lot, we still have about 9 months to the election. And then secondly, I want to know if Nigerian Labour Congress is involved in Labour Party all over Nigeria. Then if they are involved all over Nigeria, then it might not be so difficult to activate the structures in every part of the country to be more effective. These are the two things. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Kingsley Chibuzo, please take the floor.
Well, good evening, everybody. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. What I'm asking, I just noticed that about 1,000 people defeated to APC in Ekiti. Just want to know the issue and also if that can be avoided.
Thank you. Okay, so Comrade, please, you can now respond to the questions.
Well, thank you very much for the advice given. It is taken, by us. And like I said, all of you, we need you, to join us and pilot the affairs of this country to safety, because our country has collapsed, economy has collapsed. But with the coming on board of Mr. Peter Obi, we believe there will be a new direction for Nigeria. Yeah. Secondly, about the NLC, during our convention yesterday, if you watch it, you will see the comrade Kodolale, that is the TUC president, who said they are tired about asking lecturers to go on strike. They are tired about asking workers to go on strike. Once Mr. Peter Obi come on board, definitely all those negative vices will stop. But because of the maltreatment, insurrectional slavery that have been well entrenched, by this ruling class in Nigeria was the root cause, of ASU going on strike. We have an ASU that is on strike for how much? And you have a government who said they want to be paying 5,000 to Nigerians to cushion the effect of, a fuel increase. In Nigeria, they don't have database. They don't even know how many of us are in Nigeria, yet you have them. They said they want to be paying 5,000, and that will be 20 billion a month. How much are they owing ASU? That they said they don't have money, but they have money during election period to tell Nigerians, because they thought we are stupid, that they will be paying 5,000 to certain Nigeria, amounted to 20 billion naira monthly. So all those negative vices are the status quo that we believe with the competency of Mr. Peter Obi, we can challenge, and we are going to triumph. It is a question of good, somebody asked about defection. They are all lies. It's not logic in there for anybody to say Labour Party negative defected to PDP. They are their own member. They stage manage them. They have money to pay to press. None of our members have defected to any party. And let me tell you, because some people came late to this program, I said what we have now is over 15 vice president aspirants that want to become candidates to Peter Obi. They are the one making application, not him. So the leader of the party are meeting, with him to sort it out because we have a deadline for submission, of the candidate name and the vice. The deadline to submit the INEC form. So we are really, moving, but we want all Nigerians to support Mr. Obi. We are open to advice. We are open to every help that every Nigerian want to do so that we can just retrieve our Nigeria back to us. Nigeria, it doesn't belong to any capitalist. It belongs to ordinary Nigeria. All of us have one input or the other that we have contributed into this nation, that some people will start over and they'll just be making our money, eating money, dollarize Nigeria, pandanize Nigeria now, Euronize Nigeria, just for their own selfish reason. But this will come to an end by the grace of God with the election and subsequent swearing in of Mr. Peter Obi as the president of Nigeria.
Okay, just finally, there is also a plea that the Labour Party should reach INEC for extension of the voters' registration for at least 1 month. Okay, I think you missed
that. Is taking. Yeah, that is taking. Our party of national chairman.
Yeah, I plead with everyone. Let's let's allow our comrade to have a rest. You can see that his throat is getting to strain now. He has been taking questions now for more than 90 minutes. Comrade, thank you very much. You stepped in. In fact, we were just before you stepped in. I don't know whether you overheard our frustrations. You have kind of allayed our concerns greatly tonight. Thank you very much for stepping in, even though our main guest whom we invited, being the Labour Party chairman from Enugu State, did a no-show, although he later sent a text message apologizing for his absence. So once more, sir, we want to clarify your name, because what we have here is Abayomi Oluwafemi, but it seems you gave us a different name when you were introducing yourself. What is your real name, please?